Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Amanda here. Today I'm going to be discussing my 3 tattoo experiences. I only have 3. I mean, that's more than I guess quite a bit of people have, and they're all pretty small, like not as much detail. And then there's 2 that are pretty small. The one on my ribs was my first one, and that one is pretty big, especially because I'm a small person. So first I'm going to talk about this one because this one was the least painful. I'm going to go least to most. And this one was on my arm, and it wasn't like the super like fleshy part, you know, like right here. I feel like that would be really painful. But this, excuse me, if anyone was thinking about getting a tattoo here, I recommend, it's very simple. I honestly would recommend getting like something about this size or very small. The closer it got to, I almost literally called it my arm knee, or my arm, I don't even, like the inner part of the elbow. It was a little bit more tender, but right here, like the pine tree I have right here was very easy. This probably took my tattoo artist like maybe 10 minutes at the most. I mean, there's not a ton of detail, but what he did, it just looks very sharp. This was last October, so almost a year ago. And if you guys can see, it looks very black, and like the lines are very new looking, but it literally was a long time ago. And I love this one. I have people, because I work at Starbucks, like, and they'll always like see my tattoo and be like, oh, what does it mean? Like, what is that? And if you guys didn't notice, it's a pine tree and then a paper airplane circling around it. And it means just to go with the flow and stay grounded, just remember what your goals are, you know, in life, and to live them out, and to always think positively, basically. Because like, as we know, paper airplane's path is very unpredictable. You throw it and it can just go anywhere. Like, you don't know, especially on a windy day. So just kind of going with the flow. But yeah, and I have let me turn around so you guys can see, just back up a little bit. You guys can see that I have a sun right here. Sorry guys. And this one is just a very simple sun. I love it. It's very kind of different, but it's very simple. And I got this one on Friday the 13th a couple years ago because I wanted a sun anyway. And I was like, this is perfect. And it was like $13, and then a $7 tip was like required, which of course, who wouldn't tip? Like, that's a whole other story for another day, whole other video. I don't know. And it was in Denver. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. And Sinful Skin Tattoo is the one that I went to for this one, and the one here, I'll show you guys in a second, but this one was just in Denver, Colorado. I'm not sure the name of the studio. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Anyway, and then the first one I got, and this was actually the order, like it backwards. This was the last one I got. This one was a couple years ago. And then this one is 1 Peter 5:7, and it is on my ribs. And the verse, if for those Christians out there, is cast all your anxieties on him, for he cares for you. And there's a lot of versions, but, or if anyone like who doesn't know like that version, there's plenty. Anyway, I have just been living with anxiety my whole life, and this was a verse that really helped me to just calm down, to remind myself that God is with me, just those types of things. And it really always helped. It gave me peace, and every time I see it, I remember those times I went through and how much stronger I've gotten. I will definitely be making a good video on anxiety as well, because there are so many of us who struggle with it, and it's not fun. It's honestly the worst thing like ever. But anyways, so this one didn't hurt very much at all. It felt just like a small needle, you know, like it normally would, just like you'd think a tattoo would feel like. It was, you know, I'm pretty skinny, so I feel like things would like hurt more on us, especially like the ones where they're closer to the bone. But yeah, this one didn't hurt much. It was very small, so it was over pretty quick. But anyway, this first one, whew, I'm glad I got that over first, and I knew it was gonna hurt. He had to stop every like 10 seconds, and he did that on his own. I literally, every time the tattoo artist like pulled up, I was about to ask him, oh, I need a break. Like, he knew exactly when I needed a break, and it was awesome. But it's a beautiful one. I really like it. It felt like a rib. Like, some people have said their ribs didn't hurt that much, but it did. I didn't cry. I was just gritting my teeth, like, and it helped me to squeeze my friend's hand. In some areas, like, it was more numb after a while, but like there were just parts where I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm being like stabbed in between my ribs. Like, it hurt. But I have like a medium pain tolerance, so people that have real high pain tolerances, you'll be fine. People that have very low, I recommend getting one that was very small if you really want one on your ribs, because you'll make it through. It's not unbearable or anything. It's just, or it's uncomfortable. Like, there's some that are definitely not uncomfortable. This one, it is. And the healing time for all of these was totally easy. They just itched a little bit at some points, but they weren't really that sore. They healed very quickly. So that's why I really recommend Sinful Skin Tattoo. I had this one done by Owen, and this one done by Aaron, the owner, actually. I do like different artists. Like, I'm not super attached to one artist. I'm more of like, I like to jump around and see what there is to offer in different studios as well, but they've always done an amazing job, and they also did my piercings as well, and I can talk about my helix piercing as well, and that was Cooley who did that. I talked about my nose in a previous video. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'll have more videos to come. I hope everyone has an amazing day, and I hope this helped.